Alrighty, let's get started. This is Inkflight. Wrong. Seriously? Seriously? Wrong video. Hello! Welcome back. It's Grace. Welcome if you are new. Today is not about Inkflight. Today is about the ink report. The pens I used for the month of February in 2024. So about the pens this month. Truth be told, my journal habit kind of fell off the wagon this month. I didn't get up too much transcribing, and really that's where a lot of the ink gets used. And if I don't transcribe, my pens kind of just stay there unused. They don't get the love that they need. Sorry, pens. But each pen did get used at least once to give me feedback for the pairing that I created, that I put together for the pip sheets, which I'll show you. I'll show you during it. You'll see. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, first up is, let's just open to the page. First up is, let's just get to what the, come on, there you go. Alrighty, here we go. First up is my Sailor Compass 1911. This is a medium fine nib. I put in this pen, I hadn't used the pen, let me start from the beginning. I hadn't used the pen in a good minute. I mean, seriously. And I look forward to using it this month. I really wanted to. I love the beautiful cigar shape of the pen. Plus, I also love this beautiful green color in this demonstrator. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I remember getting this last year, about this time. But this time around, I had issues writing with the pen. And I think because I didn't use it for a couple of weeks after inking it, I completely forgot that the ink, which is Diamine Merry & Bright, this is the one of the Diamine calendar, Inkven calendar inks, I actually forgot that Merry & Bright was a shimmer. So basically, I let the ink settle, and when I went to write with it, I didn't shake because I forgot the shimmer was in it, and it just gave me a few hard starts. I put it away because I'm like, you need to go in the corner because you're not behaving very well. You have a timeout. And I remembered afterwards that when I went to use it the second time, that it had the shimmer in it. So I shook it up and it worked beautifully. Let me get the, let me show you. Let's get you out of the way. So here is, this was the original, this is my transcription book, by the way. This is the original. See how it wouldn't write? I mean, I wrote over that a couple of times. And then by a couple of days later, I remembered that it had ink and it wrote absolutely beautifully here. I would say that this particular pen did not like the shimmer. Just didn't like the shimmer. I'm going to show you, I have my pips sheets here as well that I want to show you. I filled them out already. And I wrote here, issues with pairing, issues with pairing, even though it's an, what is this thing? Medium fine nib. Must not ink with shimmer. Makes experience iffy. Still a beautiful color and a great pen. So I loved the pen. I love the ink. But the pairing for this particular pen did not stand up to time. So, unfortunately, this one gets a 6. It was okay. It was good. But I really didn't enjoy writing with it as I thought I would. This pen is being considered for the sell list. This one. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on with number 2. The second pen I inked up for February was, I love this pen. And if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that I have no clue where this pen came from. I have no clue where I bought it. It's one of the pens that I got back in 2013 when I restarted my pen journey and then stopped again for quite a few years. That's when I got this pen. This pen is the Pilot. If you heard the siren, there was a long pause there while I cut it out. I edited out. Anyway, this pen is the Pilot Lucina. It's such a cute pen. It's a beautiful pen. It has a thigh nib in it. It's a beautiful writer. Look at that gorgeousness. Absolutely gorgeous. It is inked up in Colorverse Korea Special Jongchuk Haesong, and it's from the Ink Flight number 84, which is why in the beginning I said Ink Flight, because I was thinking about I need to do an Ink Flight, record an Ink Flight. Anyway, staying on topic. I hesitated a lot in choosing this particular pen. Even though I love this pen, I hesitate choosing it and pulling it to write. That said, the color for me was a bit, dare I say it, the color was blah, 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 blah. The color for me was just a bit blah. The pen wrote absolutely beautifully, but I hesitated picking up the pen because the ink is nice, but it's like, it doesn't draw me to it. So that's it. The pairing was perfect. There's no issues with flow because this pen is gorgeous to write with. It laid down beautiful color when I wrote with it. I'm just not a fan of the color. And yeah, let me see what did I put for Pip's notes. I put gorgeous writing, good pairing with this nib. Color put me off using almost too dark a blue. Yeah. That's what it was. It's just almost too dark a blue. And so I really think the pairing was a good pairing. Better than obviously this one here. So I'm going to give this one a 7. It was good. It wasn't the best for me with this color ink. This is one of the inks that I will put aside. I probably won't use again. I will just put it aside because although it's good, it's just like, bleh, it's meh for me. The next pen up for February, currently inked, was, oh, this beauty. Look at that. This is the Kaweco Student 30s Bluesberry pen. And I have it in the, what is that? Listen, don't be marking yourself up when I'm not looking at you. Come on now. Okay, that's just some scuff something on it and went away. Okay. This is a new pen for me. This pen is, I forgot, this pen is actually medium nib. It is just such a beautiful writer. I want to get really close up. It is, oops, getting ink all over me. It is such a beautiful writer. As I said, it's a new pen for me. I'm totally in love with this. I might have to get me another student pen, Kaweco. I found a way to love Kaweco, y'all. I love this one. I actually like the Lilliput too, but that's just a bit narrow, too narrow for me. When writing with this, it did not disappoint. What is the color ink that's in here? Diamine Polar Frickin' Glow. Oh my God. I love that ink. That is, I don't know if I'll get, let's see if I can get some of that. It has a red sheen. I'm not seeing it come up. I can see it, but I don't see that it's coming up in the camera. Oh well, trust me, it has a red sheen. I will show you that red sheen right now. Look at that. See that business right there? See that? Oh. So what I wrote on the pip sheet was, love this combo. Great writing experience. Flow was consistent. No issues with nib. Very good. Well, I don't have very there, but I'm putting that in there now. Very good pairing. So good. I cannot wait to fill out this pip sheet and see which inks that this pen will take. So cool, so cool. So, of course you know, this pen and ink combination does, oh, so good. Definitely a 9. It did not disappoint. I used up all of my sample ink and I've been trying to get more ink in, and so it's in my cart now. I finally put it in a cart and I'm going to get Polar Glow. Polar Glow is just a fantastic, which is interesting. So I put 2 blues, you can see, I put 2 blues in my currently ink this month, and you can see this is a really bright, vibrant blue with a red, beautiful red sheening. Yeah, beautiful red sheening. And this one is just like it's ink that just sits on the paper. It doesn't, I'm finding my inks need to be, my inks, unlike my pens, need to be a little bit on the extravagant side, a little bit on the extra oomph side. And that's what Polar Glow did for me. I absolutely loved writing with this pen. I wasn't able to put much ink in it because I only had the sample and was a little kind of tiny bit left in the sample. Yeah, so there is that. Next one up is my Pilot Metropolitan Gold with a medium nib. This is another one of those sleeper pens that I just forgot I had, and last month I used it, and this month I decided to use it again because it's absolutely an absolute enjoyable experience. You'll see in a minute how I actually put the same color ink. I'll show you the pip sheet. I put the same kind of color ink in the pen. I'm not generally a person who matches the ink. I know that's a pen hobby thing, but I cannot do it. It just, when I feel an ink and I feel a pen, they will marry and stay together or they will just like date each other. There's no marrying here. Well, there is marrying for different pens. Stay on the topic. They will date, and they don't necessarily have to be the same. That kind of goes with my life. Anyway, so this is the Pilot Metropolitan Gold, and the ink in this pen is Diplomat Caramel. But look at that. Find the camera, find the lens. That is a beautiful, this is a beautiful writer. I truly enjoyed this pairing. I reached for this pen a lot because, I mean, look at that color. Look at that. That's just yummy goodness. This is one of the inks I found in my my brown Inky Ease video. I found probably 12 or 14 browns, and this is one of the ones I found, and I love that. I might have to get me a bottle of that. What did I say on the pip sheet? The pip sheets, as I said, I don't necessarily ink up inks to match the pens, but I don't know what's happening. You guys are rubbing off on me. I'm starting to do that. Beautiful pairing. Forgot how much I like this pen. Oh, that is in. Okay, let me show you. So I inked it up in January with Diamond Masquerade. Can you read that? Forgot how much I like this pen. And then I inked it up in Caramel, Diplomat Caramel, and I wrote, forgot how much I like this pen. Duh. Okay, you like the pen, Grace. Lovely. One of the things I did notice was the ink writes dark, but then it dries so much lighter. Like, that is lighter than I remember swatching it. It came out really beautifully dark, and I wish it stayed, but I still love the ink. It's weird because colors usually darken when they dry, but not this ink. It kind of lightens up. It's a beautiful. I actually wonder what that property is about, where it dries lighter. I don't know. If anybody has any information about that, why this particular, I don't experience this with many other inks. I'm going to make a note of that on my pip sheet too. This pairing was absolutely enjoyable, totally enjoyable. And I this might not make sense to you, but what I'm going to give this is an 8.5. I totally enjoyed the pairing. I didn't enjoy this pairing as much as I enjoyed the Kaveco with the Diamond Powder Glow. So that's why I came. I just, I sat there and I thought about it and I thought about it and I thought about it. And I'm thinking, that's not a 9. That's not an 8. It's an 8.5. So there we go. I love this numbering system now. Next up is one of my favorites. This pen is what made me fall in love with browns, and also what made me start that Inky Ease brown collection. This pen. This is the Visconti Mirage Mythos in Apollo. I love this, and it's a magnetic cap. Oh, I love that little clip there. It has a medium nib, and I inked it up in Diamine Tranquility. And so that's this one here. And Diamine Tranquility was part of the Inkvent calendar for December for 2023. And it actually has, you can see there, it actually has a beautiful goldish shimmer. I love that goldish shimmer. The thing is, it has I think is it gold shimmer? Is it gold shimmer or... I want to say it has a silver shimmer, actually, not gold. I like shimmer. I like copper, and I like pink, and I like gold. I found right now that I am not a silver shimmer person. Who the heck knew that I'd be so particular about my shimmers? Who knew? And I like writing with it. It is not my favorite purple to write with. I didn't write with it much. I didn't pick up the pen to write with much this. Let me see if I think I did it once. Let me see. That is not it. Trust me. That is not it. Did I even... Oh my gosh. I didn't write with it in my... I must have written with it in my journal. Let's see. I had to have written it with my journal. Oh, there it is. That's the one. And it's okay, but it... I think Visconti will need a more... Maybe a in-your-face ink. That's what I'm thinking. It needs a more in-your-face ink. What did I write on my not the best pairing ink? Nice and wet, but didn't enjoy writing experience. Rarely reached to write with, although I love the pen. That's it. I rarely reached to write with it, and it was because of the ink. I'm not sure if it was because of the shimmer, the silver shimmer. I'm not sure. It's something about the ink that didn't translate to enjoyment particularly. And it lets me know this is one of the reasons why I find these pip sheets, pen and ink pairing sheets, so informative. Diamine Ancient Copper, when I put that in here, I wrote the match made in heaven. That color, even considering that it is actually Lord in heaven, it matched the pen. That was not intentional. I just put it together. I wasn't too keen on this one. There's something, and it is a wet ink, but I think I'm almost feeling it feels dry writing in this pen. I think that's what it is. So this one, it gets a 6. It was okay, but it wasn't anything to write home about. As I said, I need to be more conscious of the inks I put in my Visconti, because it needs an ink that matches it. That's what it is. It needs an ink. And Ancient Copper matches, not in color, but in boldness. That's what it is. it needs a bold color, not bold as in vibrant, just bold ink. That's what it is. Okay, so that one got a 6. Now, last pen for the month is my Hongdian or Hong Diane, whichever one you say it. I love this pen. This pen I got for my birthday in January from a friend. And this is the one, this is the Hongdian, Hong Diane. My head says Hong Diane all the time. I know people say Hongdian, but my mouth just wants to form Hung Diane. So I'm going to just forgive me if I'm incorrect. I'm just going to say Hung Diane. This pen has, this is the N23, by the way. Look at that. Isn't that just, that is just, there's 3 rabbits on it. There's one of the rabbits. Just gorgeous pen. There's another right there. It has the long knife nib in it, which apparently writes like an architect, which is okay. I like the pairing. I like the pen. I lie. I love this pen. I love this pairing, but I wanted to love the pairing as well. I am not what I found out. Let me tell you what the ink is. How about that? Let me tell you what the ink is. The ink is Ferris Wheel Press Lights on Broadway. I wanted to love this pairing. I found that really I'm not a fan of the ink. This ink wrote, it looks like it almost wrote dry. It's almost like the paper absorbed all of the ink and didn't leave any on the top. It just, the swatch is beautiful actually. The swatch is beautiful, but the writing just doesn't come, for me, the writing just doesn't come as vibrant as that particular color. Something about the long knife nib and the ink just didn't pair up. This is the sheet. What did I write? I love the pen, not a fan of the ink, but too dry for the pen. That's what it is. It's too dry for the pen. Needs wetter ink for long knife nib, which is that ink. This is Colorverse Docto. I actually bought a bottle of Docto. Oh, this color is gorgeous. One of the things I actually love is the color on this page. I might just kind of maybe constantly put in beautiful bright color in this pen so I can have a page of color. That aside, this ink, as you can see, let me see if I can show. This ink has beautiful shading. Look at the E there. Beautiful shading all through this writing. This one looked like, it basically looked like the pen, the ink just laid on top of the page and it didn't give off its beauty. It kind of like hogged its beauty and I don't know. It's almost like, it's almost too, no, it's not, it's bright, but it's not, I don't know. I don't know about this ink. I do love those 2 pops of color though. I think that is gorgeous. I love seeing that on the paper sheet. What I will say though is I love the first ink, the Colorverse Docto ink so much that until further notice, this might be the ink that goes in it. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I just love how it wrote there. I do need to try it with other inks, and I will do that. The next time I ink it up, I will try something else, a different color. But the Docto, I think these 2, this might have to be a marriage. This might have to be a marriage. I won't put it in, the next time I ink it up, I won't put this in it. I'll just save it. You know, when this is a long-term engagement, that's what they have. They have a long-term engagement, and this one is going to experiment with other people before it goes and like, oh, you know what? I really do love you. I need to marry you. There you go. That's it. This pairing was, I'm actually going to give this a 5. I did not enjoy, of all the pairings, I did not enjoy this one the most. And I know it's because of the ink. And the thing is, when I bought this ink, I absolutely loved it. When did I bought this ink when I visited my son in the city, New York City, and we stumbled upon a stationery shop and on impulse, I bought this. That's when I got my Kakmori nib. I love that. So yeah, I'm probably gonna put this ink. This ink is like shifting more into the sell list. I need to compile my list of things that I'm just kind of like, I'm probably not gonna use this anymore. That's probably what this is. Now, although I didn't write much, when I did, I tended to favor the pens and ink combinations I like writing with. And I usually give fair play to all pairings that I do, but I found this month, as this month wore down, that I wasn't writing as much. So when I did write, I kind of chose pleasure over fair distribution of writing. And talking about fair distribution of writing, which I should not have done that, I use these a lot. This is my Leonardo MZG 2.0. Oh, still has the purple ink in it, Pannonia Ink Lab. And then this is the pen I went glitzy on. This is gorgeous, absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. So I did use these for my journaling, but I didn't necessarily use it for regular transcribing, which is what I use most of the currently inks for. By the way, I'm loving that I want to show you something. Since I started, this is my Pips calendar, my Pips binder. Since I started using these Pip sheets, I have 9 tabs. There's one's hidden there. One is hidden there. I have 9 tabs of pens. I am just so excited. Oh my God. I'll put you in there. You need to go in. See, and I love this binder. This binder is so cool. So there we go. It just sits in there, waiting for the next ink. I love these sheets. These sheets are just, some brands, some tabs have obviously more, what am I talking about? More sheets in it because, like, TWSBI has 4 sheets in it already because I have TWSBIs. I have a lot of TWSBIs. And I'm absolutely loving using these sheets. Totally in love. There is a, speaking of Pips, there is a, I've been promising the Pips, all about the Pips sheets. I want to tell you all about them, everything about them. That Pips video that just talks about them will be coming in a couple of days. It explains everything and how you can get your hand on some. I have offered some of these sheets to my Ko-fi followers first, at a really beautiful discount, I might say. So if you're so inclined and you know you want to get them, head over there to follow me and to be in the know and of new things coming up. I have a couple of things that I'm mulling over, wanting to offer followers on Ko-fi. I'm excited about them. So yeah, head over there to get it. By the time this video comes out, there'll only be a few days before the Pips video comes out. And by the time that Pips video comes out, what I'll be offering my Ko-fi followers, those who are following me at that time, that'll be the deadline by the time this video comes out. By the time the Pips video comes out. So if you see the Pips video as well, that means I'd love to have you follow me, but the discount for the Pip sheets will have ended by that time. Anyway, that's it for the ink report. I love I only got 1.9. Wow. 1.9. We kind of like had a run-of-the-mill kind of currently ink for February. I already have my lineup for March. One of them is definitely gonna be this. What? You didn't see nothing. You didn't see nothing. Anyway, that's it for ink report for February. Talk to you guys later. Bye.